We have been made to believe that life is some kind of purpose, a steep rise toward a final peak where everything will ultimately make sense. This belief has been passed down to us as we have expanded our horizons. The idea that importance can be discovered out there at the end of the journey in the accomplishment that we aim to attain and in the legacy that we aspire to leave for future generations is something that we have been told. On the other hand, it is likely that you are suffering from a misconception regarding the reason behind this undertaking. Is it feasible that life will not be a march toward a goal, but rather a song that we will experience? As an alternative, what if it's a dance? There is no requirement for a dancer to complete a full rotation around the stage in order to get at the final position, to the very last note. No one ever listens to music all the way through to its conclusion. What gives the motion its meaning is the motion itself. I am referring to the movement in question, in the moment. On the other hand, we are unable to comprehend that. The foundation upon which we build our lives is comprised of a series of planned activities, checklists, and objectives that are stacked one on top of the other. You ought to go to school in order to acquire a job, in order to acquire a house, in order to raise the children, in order for them to be able to go to school and start the process all over again by themselves. We are not quite there yet, we think to ourselves in the background as we carry this silent dread with us at all times. We should be closer to our destination, constantly putting in effort, yet never showing up for practice. The way we go through life is similar to that of someone who is reading a book in an effort to reach the conclusion of it. On each page that we flip, we are looking for the conclusion, but we are unable to find the words that describe it. Following that, we put the book away and ask ourselves, was that all there was? At that point, unaware of the fact that the climax of the story was not where the genuine beauty of the story rested, rather, the true beauty of the story was in the story itself. We have made life more difficult than it should be. It is a difficult mystery, an undertaking that must be carried out in the appropriate manner. Furthermore, as a consequence of our efforts, living has turned into something that is a great deal more difficult than it should be. On the other hand, here is the weird and amazing secret. It would appear that the universe does not regard attaining goals to be of any significance. Consider the sight of a river. Take a look at a bird. Take note of the behavior of the leaves as they are blown by the wind. No one or anything is the target of this. Putting it another way, it is an expression. It is moving around. Indeed, there is. Through the projection of our preoccupation with productivity onto everything, we change play into a purpose, and we transform expression into a plan. The bird is reported to sing in order to get a potential companion to spend time with it. It is possible, however, that it is simply singing due to the fact that it is filled with music. On the other hand, it is possible that not everything must be utilized. It is possible that there are some items that do not require a return on investment whatsoever. There is a possibility that it is okay to engage in a particular activity solely because it brings you joy. It's possible that happiness is all that can be required. There is a sort of wisdom that may be attributed to actions that are carried out without a specific reason, as one strolls about without any particular destination in sight. watching the clouds without any intention of doing anything at this time. The kind of presence that is being discussed here is not something that can be acquired or purchased. It is not even possible to acquire the skill. In point of fact, it is recalled, almost as if it were something you had known in the past when you were a child, before it was driven into your head throughout your formative years. The ability to play was innate to each and every one of us from birth, not to emerge victorious overall. It is not intended to do so. Simply put, it's for enjoyment. On the other hand, we did choose to purchase these masks while we were on our trip. The way to a successful career, reputation is the key factor. Regarding the title, the role as well, we began to believe in a gradual but steady manner that this costume was a depiction of who we really are. We had no idea that we were acting at the time. On the other hand, there's not the slightest bit of a problem with roles. It is when we mistake them for the real thing that we end up creating problems for ourselves. Whenever we achieve a level of performance that is higher than what is expected of us, as soon as our imaginations start to believe that the person is actually playing the role, a talented actor is conscious of the fact that they are acting. They leave the stage as soon as the curtain falls, regardless of whether they are acting out the role of the king or the villain with a great deal of passion. Laughing, they do so. They continue on with their lives. Furthermore, they insist on being treated like royalty throughout the entirety of the meal, and they do not bring the crown home with them. The fact that life is a drama is not the defining characteristic of a tragic event. When we fail to remember that the point of this is to have fun, it is a tragedy that we have brought upon ourselves. When one assumes that they are responsible for their own existence, existence takes on a strict character. Maintaining a particular facet of oneself is something that you are constantly working to protect. You end up being vulnerable, protective, and scared of making a mistake as a consequence of this process. You, on the other hand, become more tolerant when you come to the realization that all that is taking place is a type of childish play. Yours is the one who opens. Your acting skills develop, and as a result, you become more truthful, more generous, and more active in your performance. The true meaning of it is that you do not care about anything. What it means is that you care without fear of being hurt. You are able to exert a great deal of effort without being required to provide evidence of your value. Love is able to exist even in the absence of the desire to acquire anything. There is no need to feel like you have failed as a person if you succeed in getting back up after falling down and then succeeding again. This is due to the fact that winning the game is not the primary objective. The act of playing is the primary focus of the game. On the other hand, beneath all of this seriousness and all of this work, there is something that is waiting that is much more powerful and much more restrained. The knowledge that in order to demonstrate that you are deserving of life, you do not need to become anything is what it means to have this realization. It is you who is life itself. You are solely responsible for the event. It is true that you are the dancer, but you are also the dance form itself during the dance performance. I am not referring to any form of figurative imagery here. This feeling is the most genuine one you will ever have the opportunity to experience. It is impossible to exist in a world that is distinct from the globe. You are endowed with the same power that is responsible for the rotation of the planets and the folding of the petals of flowers into blooms. You are currently being impacted by the same mystery that is responsible for the appearance of storms and sunsets. This is happening right before your very nose. You are not currently on a journey at this time. You are the journey according to you. Therefore, it is possible that the goal is not to take life so seriously, but rather to take it to a more profound level, so that one can be awake while in it, in order to discover humor in it as well as to express grief within it. The process of observing the way in which a shadow travels over a table while it is being cast, to be able to listen to the soothing sound of a friend's voice, to allow you to give your food a taste, that you pay attention to your breathing, that we ought to stop pondering the meaning of everything that is going on and instead start paying attention to the fact that it is truly happening. Exactly at this particular moment, not going to take place the following day, while you wait for the moment when you have figured it out at this very moment. What do you find out when you finally give up trying to find significance in everything? That is the question that needs to be answered. As time goes on, you come to the realization that meaning was never the goal. The significance is determined by the occurrence. It is impossible to wait for life to come to you if you are enthusiastic about it. Currently, it is waiting for your attention to be paid to it, for the reason that you are here. What is the motivation behind your willingness to take part in the performance? Play if you would like to. Give yourself permission to be moved. Please give yourself permission to be wrong. Take it easy and give yourself permission to look great. Take pleasure in your own company. The music lies within you. Put yourself in the position of the dancer. It is more appropriate for you to take on the role of the story itself, rather than becoming the reader as the narrative flows. You do not need to exert any kind of pressure on this. Your awareness of it is essential. To put it more simply, because the show has already begun, there is no longer any time to wait. Additionally, you are already a component of it.